this is working. It's trying coming through. Let's see. All right, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shai, call Haloim, like Yahweh by Shemi Shai. Okay, con. Yeah, call Haloim, like Yahweh by Shemi Shai, Shalom, Rabarakim, Labakarim Shayasha Allah, Washani Kabag, Gawala Wakwab, Zaquanium Noah, Shayasha Allah, Ba'ath. That's all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai. Of course, by Hashem Rachakadash or Waha Rachakadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit, or in the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings be upon the elected Israel, the men, women, and children, the Akim, the Akwathim, Wabanim, Shayasha, all the elect selected to make it out of here, those predestinated from the foundation of the earth, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who happen to be men that we follow and that we learn from. Double honors unto them. All right, so I just want to set the record with a couple things that this clown has been talking about. I know a lot of brothers have done videos, and the spotlight is on this guy. And at first, the spotlight wasn't even going to be on him, but then Spirit started hopping on him. He started doing things, and hey, here we are in 2018. And we still got to deal with knuckleheads like this. But it's all good though. You know what? Because everything can be done under edifying. So I just want to go through this video. I got some precepts. I just want to address certain things that he said because he's hurt, and because he's so hurt and in his emotions, he said a couple of lies, several lies in here. But I'm gonna point out a couple because some of them have to deal directly with me. So I'm just gonna play some of this. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Let me double check too.
All right, Shalom, Yashala. This is Atazawam, former Great Millstone.
Oh, hold on. First of all, who taught you Hebrew, nigga? All right, you calling yourself Atazawam. How did you get the name Atazawam? Why don't you do a video on that? When you had Hebrew questions, all right, and you had questions about the truth, who did you learn from? How do you even know how to say Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai? Why don't you do a video on that?
Remember, used to follow Great Millstone. Used to go to GMS, True Sense 17, camp in DC. I never did a video since I left. Probably left around in November. Basically, during my journey of following Great Millstone, comes with a lot of sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of.
Stop. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore. See, these are basics, and this is the thing. Basics are gonna make dudes fall out. Basics. Milk is. Dudes are choking on milk, man. All right, this nigga.
A lot of denying yourself. A lot of giving up opportunities to better yourself.
Nah, hold up. No, we never taught that. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Now, this is Paul, a man, writing to the Israelites in Rome. He said, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right? This is your reasonable service. Okay? This is something you're supposed to do. This is reasonable. Let me look up the word reasonable, man. Maybe I'm reading it. Maybe I'm not reading it within the context or something. What does reasonable mean? Pertaining to speech, pertaining to spiritual, pertaining to the soul, agreeable to reason, following reason is logical. All right? Presenting your body as a living sacrifice is logical. Okay? It's logical. That's what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to arm ourselves with the same mind that Yahushua said. And you said that you had a lot of transgressions. This is what Yahushua said. Peter said, "For as much then as Yahushua have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind." So yeah, you're gonna have to prepare your mind, man, for temptation when you come into this. Like it says in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, "For he that has suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men." Right, and you live your life to the lust of men. All right, look at this crisp ass 90-degree shape up, man. They probably took a protractor to this nigga's head to do a shape up, man. All right, pressed, man, pressed. All right, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. That's what I'm saying. You didn't know anything about this till you came up to us, man. Your mind had to be transformed. It had to be renewed. Why do you call yourself Atazawam? Where did you get that from? What does that mean? You're La'a Atazawam. All right, because I believe Atazawam means strength in the Hebrew. We'll keep going, man. Now, let me finish this. That ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. And what this guy's talking about is not acceptable and it's not the will of the Most High.
Life, you know,
Let me run this back.
Opportunities to, you know, comes with a lot of sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of denying yourself, a lot of giving up opportunities to better yourself in life. You know.
Nah, yo, hold up, yo. Another basic, man. Another basic. What do you mean? This is what we've always learned. This is what Yahushua told us himself. John 12 and John 12 and 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it. That's denial. And he that hateth Salakia, he that loveth his life shall lose it. All right, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. How do you explain that? That's context. All right, it says he that hateth his life. When you hateth your life, that means you're denying your life, the lust of the flesh, like we read in Peter's just now. It says, if any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. So you're going to suffer persecution. Yahushua said he had nowhere to lay his head. Come on, man. That's denying yourself.
You put that away, you postpone on a lot of things for the camp's sake. You know, you want to go out every Saturday, so you may have to work on Saturdays. So you're like, nah, I'm not going to work.
Well, hold up, nigga. We never constrained you to come to the camp. Anytime we contacted you, it was to see if you was all right and if you needed money to get to the camp, first of all. Why don't you tell that part of the story? All right, which I'm going to get to that too. Let me run that back one more time. Salaki, this video might be a little longer through the spirit.
You may have to work on Saturdays, so you're like, nah, I'm not going to work.
Well, this is the thing. You seen the video that the elder and Apostle Tahar put out. If you had to work, you pray that maybe your job situation gets changed. And then if it doesn't, you come out when you can. That's what I'm saying. Why don't you just go out on days when you want to go out and do the work then? Because we weren't constraining you. We weren't forcing you. But the problem is when it was time for you to start checking in with the least of the flock in the camp to see how your well-being, then you dipset. Once it's time to start taking orders, then you disappear. And nigga, you weren't even consistent. And you could have been consistent if you would have been in communication. That's the thing. Who knows what the hell was going on?
Because I don't get Saturdays off, or no, I'm not gonna go down.
Look, man, if you got to work on Saturdays, you fast and pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that it can change. And if it doesn't, I can understand the situation, man. It's not like we're going to do an 8-part series on a guy because his job keeps scheduling him to work on Saturdays. We got a brother that comes out. He's been coming out to listen for the last 6 to 7 years. And his job recently started scheduling him to work on every Saturdays. And he still comes out when he can. We don't bark on that, brother.
Here to get my education because I'm going to be away from the camp. Shit like that I had. You know what I'm saying? I was granted opportunities to go to Job Corps.
Right.
To do a lot of things.
Right. Yeah, nigga, we told you to go get your GED. You said you didn't finish high school and you needed to get your GED. We told you to go get it. You gotta work. You can't just be out here not working. All right? You gotta work. And we said you was gonna go to Job Corps where? In Baltimore, right? Remember we had a conversation on the side. He said, I'm gonna go to Job Corps. I said, cool, go up to Job Corps, and when you get a chance, you go out to the camp in Baltimore, but try and get that job. Do what you gotta do. Get your certification, get your GED. Of course, when you get your GED, you gonna get a job, man. It provides opportunities. Of course, when you get certifications, things are gonna start happening. That's what you call building a resume. All right. And you can't say that I'm lying because we told I told the brothers in Baltimore, hey, look, the brother who comes out and listens to us every so often may be coming up there because he's gonna be going to job court trying to get a job. Cause we told you to go ahead and do it, nigga. Oh man, it's unbelievable. And the crazy thing is, we've had homeless. There's been homeless Jakes who came past the camp and listened for months, and then we see Jake later, like, damn, Jake cleaned up, Jake looking good, you know, doing well. We've had brothers that were homeless. Man, I was homeless for a couple weeks before I came into the truth. Going on 10 years ago, man. I never forget the summer of 2008, man. I didn't have a place to lay my head up for 2.5 weeks, man, sleeping in airports and bus terminals. All right. But then I kept praying, found out the names, kept praying, and now look where we are. Let me keep going. Stop ranting. Because, hey, I'm going to get some precepts. You know what? Since I'm saying this, hold on, let's see what else he going to say. Because I got a precept lined up.
No, for the sake of wanting to go to camp. And
nigga, nobody forced you to say no. Like, you weren't even in the camp. We weren't constraining you. And then you want to say this is a cult? Nigga, we're not constraining you. There's a revolving door. It works very well.
It caused me to not be a man and provide for myself, you know what I'm saying?
No, nigga, you decided yourself not to be a man. We don't teach that, and never have we. We never will teach that. We grown-ass men of the Lord, man. That's just a decision your carnal ass made.
So just being stuck, got evicted, you know, going to Great Millstone. While I was in Great Millstone, I got...
Bro, when this nigga got evicted, we said, do you need a ride? Do you want us to come scoop you out? I'm not going to give the location. Do you want us to come scoop you out in the town where you are? Because on the way to camp, brothers pass by there. You know what I'm saying? If you can get to a payphone and call one of the brothers, we will pick you up. We will go back and forth. We will go twain with you, like the scriptures say. But you don't want to mention that, though.
They weren't there for me. You know, no brothers offered me for a place to lay my head. I didn't ask.
That's a lie. This is all lies.
Type of person.
These are lies. Where's the let me get this scripture. Yeah, we're gonna get this precept. Exodus 20. All right. Real, and like I said, man, this guy, man, hey, you offended a lot of little ones. I'll just say that and put that out there too. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. There's plenty of brothers who can give account of us giving money to you, man. Nigga, you would have been stranded after camp multiple times if we didn't give you money to get home. We even asked you, look, do you need a little extra so you can get back next week? So you can catch the bus to go to job interviews. Why didn't you say anything about that? But instead, what you want to do, you want to say this. You want to say this bullshit.
For a place to lay, you know, no brothers offered me for a place to lay my head. I didn't ask, but...
That's a damn lie. We even asked if you needed money to let us know if you needed money to put your family up, man, out there where you were staying. What about that?
I'm the type of person that, on my end, you know, I'm a generous person, you know what I'm saying?
And he keeps saying this, I, my. Nigga, what about the Lord? What does the Spirit say, man? That my personal opinion, I feel this, I feel that. Just fuck all that I shit, man. Remove yourself. Remove yourself from the equation. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Shink.
You gotta ask me, I'm gonna offer it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the brotherly mentality that I carry.
So you trying to say we didn't have that mentality? Come on, man. You know good and goddamn well how well we treated you, man. We treated you like a brother, man. Let me bring out the scripture. I'm gonna blow this up. Sirach 29 and verse 7. Because this is the spirit I was coming in, man. Every week I would make sure you was good, man. Every week. It's funny how Jake pulls a 180 on your ass, man. It's cool though, man, because we gonna edify and we gonna talk about Yahweh Shai and these prophecies, man. This is Sirach chapter 29 verse 7. Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealings, fearing to be defrauded. Now this happened to me. This actually happened to me in my camp. We had to deal with a couple guys Well, one in particular who we were invested in money wise to get a business going because we actually work and try to survive. All right. And he basically defrauded brothers, man. Took the money and ran. Brothers came back, asked for the money, said he ain't have it. Hey, it was a good amount of money, man. We talking about racks from different brothers, man. All right, because we try to make moves, man. Try to make moves in the spirit and look out for brothers, man. Because all the money we make, the things that we do to try to come up, is to give to the needy, man. It's not to be hoarding. But but I didn't refuse. I didn't do this, even fearing to be defrauded, man. It says, "Yet have thou patience with a poor man," and I did have patience. We've had patience, man. We suffer with you, man. We suffered with you. All right, brothers put their arms towards you, man. Sirach 29 and verse 8 again. It says, "Yet have thou patience with a poor man, with a man in poor estate, and delay not to show him mercy." Man, hey, man, I'm a humble brother, man. You know, like, I don't really be getting upset. You know, hey, I'll be trying to show mercy quick. Hey, sometimes I had to get rebuked for that, man. My right hand man is Aquania Pashai, man. That's why, hey, the spirit put him with me, man. Because sometimes you can be too merciful to Jake, man. Sometimes you got to be an asshole. Yeah, I'm surely learning that. All right. Verse 9, it says, "Help the poor for the commandment's sake." See, for the commandment's sake, man. That's why I was doing it, man. Because I was fearing Yahweh Shemel Shah. And it says, "And turn him not away because of his poverty." Did we ever tell you that you couldn't come to camp or you couldn't ask questions because of your living situation? No, we tried to make sure that you could make it to camp, man. You ungrateful ass nigga, man. It says, "Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost." And you're not a brother, you're not a friend, man. Although you appeared to be. But there's a balance in that. That's why Micah prophesied this. All right. Micah said this right here. It says, Micah 7 and 5, "Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom." There's another one that says that every brother will utterly supplant. I thought this was it. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that. Utterly supplant. I thought that was here in the prophet Micah. It might be in the Apocrypha. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Jeremiah 9 and 4. Yerumia 9 and 4. "Take ye heed every one of his neighbor." All right, right, because we got to be circumspect, man. A lot of these, the water to the Akim on the comment board. Yahweh Shemel Shai, Shalom wa Barakim, to the elect out there, man. Yeah, Jeremiah 9 and 4. The water to Zaquania call, man. Shalom to the Akim, out there in the bay, man, pushing strong. Jeremiah 9 and 4. "Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother." All right. "Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend." Hey, we got to be circumspect, man. "For every brother will utterly supplant." It's Jake, man. Yaikwab. "And every neighbor will walk with slanders." And that's what we're looking at right now. Let's keep going.
You know what I'm saying? I'm generous, someone
Right.
that,
Hey, like the brother Shamarma put on the board, GMS room all over again. "If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit." Be not hasty to credit him. That's right, man. You were still in your proving process, nigga. You weren't even in the camp. Hey, brothers will tell you here in DC, man. Yo, if you come out and you start listening before the wintertime comes in, guess what? You might not be in the camp till after the Pesach, man, because I want to see how you do in the wintertime. How you gonna be consistent? You know what I'm saying? Cause hey, that's when that nitty gritty, man. These last couple weeks, that's when the spirit's real heavy, man. That's just me though. That's one of my ways I like to prove Akim, You're gonna be consistent when the weather's all crazy. Hey, but there's other ways too, man. We give out tests. I think he might have even been a part of some of the tests that we were giving out, the optional tests that we were giving out to the Akim in the crowd, man. Man, Jake is ungrateful as hell, man.
And looks out for his brother, saying without you even asking, I'm gonna ask you if you need help. And that's how brother I am. As you can see, I know it's basically not part of the topic, but I gotta shape up. Yeah, it's not a sin. It's a lot of things.
I'm not even gonna go to that. It's clearly a sin, dogs. Come on, fams. thou shalt not mar the corners of thy head. Come on, man. You know what that means. That's just an excuse, man. You probably got some bad bitch you met, you got a little money, figured you could take her to Chipotle once a week, and she's complaining that you always looking raggedy. So now somebody took a compass and a protractor and lined your shit up for you, man.
It's not a sin. That a lot of things that Great Millstone calls a sin, the shit that they were doing years ago, and then Tahar would come up with some shit. Oh, we
Hold up,
found
hold up,
Toledo, and then shit that they were doing.
hold up,
A lot
nigga.
of things that Great Millstone calls a sin, the shit that they were doing years ago, and then Tahar would come up with some shit. Oh,
But what shit though? See, we talking about spiritual things. So if I was getting shape ups back in the world and the apostle says not to get shape ups, okay. Does the scriptures to prove it? Yes, the scriptures to prove it. If I was eating pork or shrimp back in the world and then I come into the truth and I hear this is a new thing, I'm not supposed to be eating it, of course I'm gonna stop eating it. Just like I read in Peter's, dogs. You're supposed to cease from that stuff. When you arm yourself with same mind as Yahweh Shai, Spirit wants it to come out again, man. 4 and 2, that he no longer should live and rest in his time to the flesh, in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. Hey, and the will of the Most High comes through men. All right.
we found out that's going off, man. Look, they change shit, bro. They change. There's a lot of things that they say that's not right, man.
Please do a video on some of the things that we don't say right. Please, I want you to. You saying we don't do certain things, name it, bro. This is what I love. This is one thing scoffers don't do. They try to attack your character. They try to go at you other ways. They don't ever try to address the doctrine. Please, please point out where. All right? Point out where and where we go off. Pinpoint the precepts. Vak Rashah.
If not everything, you know, it's constantly being proven and shown that those men aren't right, and it just takes somebody that's
A bitch made nigga.
if you're in Great Millstone, I know how adamant and unmovable that you are, but it takes you to fall and realize when they're not there for you that you can't trust men, that you can't put your faith in that. You know what I'm saying? That doctrine on you know, obviously
You can't trust men and you can't put your faith in doctrine? Dudes, what the hell are you talking about, bro? I gotta we gotta stop this, man. Jake is hurt, man. Jake, you're hurt, man. You are hurt. He's so hurt, man. Just for the record, man, he doesn't know what he's talking about, man. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So what are you talking about, man? We're supposed to have faith in the doctrine and what we've been learned and what we've been assured of. All right? If you want to deliver yourself and them that hear us, but you never continued. Hey, nigga, you never got started.
brothers know my faults as a man, my transgressions that I have done against, the Father, constantly every day I transgress. We all do, but I'm not making no excuses. However,
Nigga does this throughout the whole video, yeah. He says, I'm not doing this and not doing that. However, or but, don't you know? That's how you know this nigga didn't finish high school. Whenever you say however or but after something like that, it negates whatever you was about to say. All right? Meaning what? You're double-minded, man. Okay? Nigga need to pick up a fucking grammar book, man. You know?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, it's appropriate time to do a video and just, let Israel know who I am.
Oh, yeah, let me get this precept, too, I was holding. Hey, we supposed to be working, man. If you need to get you a certification, get you a certification. If you need to save up the money to get money somehow, man, go do that shit, man. Don't sit around and wait. Don't sit around and wait. Second Thessalonians, we were never taught that, man. It was one point in time, me and this head brother, Zaquan Akia, Kasap in the camp, man. We Me and this brother were going out on interviews week after week, man, trying to figure out how to get stuff done, man. Me and this brother, one time, me and this brother, we got hired and fired at the same time, man, from Radio Shack. That shit was hilarious, man. Hey, but we still had faith. We still kept pushing on. Brothers' situations are better. You know, got better jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, exactly. Like the brother your call said in the comment board. Give all types of advice, man. All types of counsel. You got brothers who are heavy about IT and heavy about finance and construction and different trades. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had plenty of resources, man. You just hurt. You just hurt. Now watch when Yahweh Shemal Shah, he gonna if he takes all that stuff away from you, what network you got, man? You know what network you got? You can't use Tyrone. Tyrone got a bad rap, nigga. All right. Second Thessalonians 3:7. It says, "For yourselves know how ye ought to follow us." All right. Paul talking to the Israelites in Rome, a man writing to other men, telling them that they ought to follow us, the elders, the apostles, for we have behaved not ourselves disorderly among you. And you see that, man. I believe through the spirit, Atazawam, you've seen wonder, because we right here in DC, you have seen a few of the elders and apostles come down and how they interact with us when they come down to the camp. So you can't lie, nigga. All right? You cannot lie. All right? They never act disorderly among us. They set perfect examples. Second Thessalonians 3:8. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught. Hey, we have accounts of that, but we ain't got to go into that. But wrought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you. Right, setting the example of how you're supposed to work. All right, I'm talking about in a carnal sense for this world, man, because this also goes twofold into this truth. All right, verse 9 says, not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example unto you to follow us. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. All right? Now I'm going to speak on that in two folds. One, get your ass a job, man. Go get registered with Sparks and Manpower. For those from the DMV, y'all know what I'm talking about, these temp agencies. Go to Manpower, go to Sparks. Man, I even told brothers in the camps, man, if y'all want to use my recruiter, you can use her. She be having, brother, I wasn't out of work for more than 1 week when I was using her, man. All right? Hey, man, there's all types of jobs in the DMV, man. I mean, if you're a man of the Lord and you fasting and praying, the Lord's going to open up a breach for you. All right, it says, for we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies. And you were a busybody, man. Every time when I was telling Bashar, man, we gotta watch this guy. Every video, I'll be watching a random brother's video, and somehow you're commenting on the video. You was all over the comment boards, all on different types of brothers' videos, making comments, talking about that's right, Ak, and this, and you know, responding to some of the women on the comment boards, but you weren't working. All you was doing was working to be a busybody, being in other men's business. All right. So you're supposed to work, man, pursuant to what Paul wrote to us that were scattered up in Thessalonica.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I left and I was kind of like trying to like isolate myself from everybody once I left, because
that's bullshit. You ain't supposed to be in that isolation spirit, man. Let me get this precept. Bear with me, Akim. I gotta get this other precept. Sirach 37:12. What you mean isolate yourself, man? As the days draw near, we supposed to be closer together, like the precept says, man. All right, 37:12. Sirach 37:12. But be continually with the godly man. You supposed to be continually with the godly man. What are you talking about?
Israel knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because
you want Israel to know who you are, man. Now you sound like Yohana, man. Who cares who you are, man? What about Yahweh Shai, man? I didn't hear Yahweh Shai come out not once in this precept, man. All right.
You know, I left and I was kind of like trying to like isolate myself from everybody.
That's raw. That spirit is off. Isolation spirit is off, man. Hey, the heads first to fourth in command in these camps, man. Watch the guys who try to be off by themselves for too much, man. And I say that for myself too. But be continually with the godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind. So if you're not with Akim, whose mind are you linking your mind up with? See, you hanging out with niggas in the world, well then guess what? Your mind is linked to them and you're gonna reap the same thing. And it says, and it will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. Now if you miscarry or you're sorrowing and you're talking to some random person in the world, they just gonna make your situation worse, man, because they don't understand. But here it is, man. You said you try to isolate yourself, and brothers are trying to reach out to you, man. I made it an order for one of the men in the flock to get in contact with you to make sure you're all right, to check your well-being, to see if you needed anything. Why didn't you say that in the video? Hmm? We got text messages, man. We can, hey, if the spirit puts it out there, it's gonna be out there, man. It's crazy how ungrateful these guys are, man. Hey, that's right. The elder brother Ariala said it's crazy because these scoffers say we think we are perfect, but when you listen, they never do anything wrong. Hey, yeah, hurt levels on 9,000. You know, let's keep going in this. Yeah, yeah, man. Jake is hurt, man. Just want to set the record straight on some of these things this guy said, because hey, like I said personally, man, I paid for this man's train fares to make sure that he could get back home. Told him, look, if you need to get back next week, take some extra bread, man, so you can get back. You know what I'm saying? If we need to put you in an Airbnb or whatever, like let Jake know. But because you didn't want to be continually with a godly man, you didn't have that opportunity, nigga. All right, you missed the spirit.
Once I left, because I didn't want to deal with all the drama, you know what I'm saying? So I kept it to myself.
Bro, drama, even though that comes with territory, man. Don't you know you use drama to edify? That's the very reason I'm doing this video. Is to edify, to bring out the truth, to tell what it is, man. The hot tazadak, the what's right.
But I'm gonna publicly display it and let people know and see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was homeless at a point, sleeping in a hotel.
Bro, all types of Akim was homeless, man. That's an excuse, bro. That is a fucking excuse, man. I don't want to hear that.
It was for like 2 years straight, no money, no nothing. And as soon as I left Great Millstone, that following week,
nigga, you was never there. You was hella inconsistent, and you were never in the camp. You were on the outskirts the whole entire time. You weren't at the feasts, all right? You might have participated in one or two curses that we sent up out there, all right? But that's it.
I got a job. I went to Montgomery College to get my GED. As soon as I left, my life became so much better.
Like I said, man, it's called building a resume. That's what you do as the grown-up. You build resumes so it can make your chances of getting a job and establishing a career better, so you can sustain yourself until your Howard Shai comes back.
I became happy. I'm with peace with my family.
Yeah, peace with your family. You better hope this don't fall. This might happen to you right here, man. Cause Yahweh Shah said he's coming to set that variance. You talking about you at peace with your family. All right. If at all possible, yeah, be peaceable with all men. All right. But nigga, we never taught you to be cursing out your mom and be hating family members. We used to go into what it means, man. To abhor. All right, it means to set aside. This is Matthew 10:35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law. Oh, I'm Salaki to the ya, like the brother Yeremia said in Alaska. Hey, Matthew 10:34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. The Lord ain't coming to send peace, man. Our peace of mind is gonna come when all hell breaks loose. Adawan Ratazah were protected, and then in the kingdom. Being at peace, when you're at peace with someone, that means you're in agreement. You're in one mind. So if you're at peace with your family members, I'm talking about 100% peace and truth, then you're going off, man. Because I know good and goddamn well they don't believe what we teach, all right? And you ain't teaching the right thing because you believe the earth is flat. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. All right, and Micah reiterated the same thing. When you keep reading in Micah, it says the same thing, man. It says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. This is a straight-up warning that Yahweh Shah told us, man. And through the spirit, this is happening to a lot of Akim.
When I wasn't happy with my family, I was always trying to wish death upon them. Now I'm like, damn, you know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
and all the Ayalam Akim, all the young brothers in the camp can attest to this. I always tell brothers, man, especially the novices, when I notice they start coming out more, don't be arguing with your family members, man. I know you happy about finding out the truth, but don't be sitting down with your parents and your family members trying to break these scriptures down, man. It's just gonna save you to hell. Trust and believe, man. All right, just be happy that you know it. If they ask you questions, you can answer the questions here and then, but it's wisest to just change the topic, man. All right, especially when you can discern that they're not being sincere. But don't be out there cursing them out. All right. Okay. We never taught. We never teach that, man. All right. So the first thing you do is to hide the truth and learn the truth. Okay. Conceal these pearls. You got to know who is swine and who is dogs, man.
I love my family. Once I
We love our families too, man. Brothers got kids. Brothers take care of their kids and their parents, man. I know brothers personally that are taking care of their parents, man. All right, that's the only reason some of the Akim out there in this truth have their parents living with them because they're taking care of them. Did you know that?
left, I realized that you're in a chain in a cult where like your mind is being controlled by men. It's like you, what you see is what you do. You see them going.
No, nigga, that's just you. Nah, dogs. Nah, yo, that's just you. That's just you. No, our mind is not controlled by men. All right, our mind is controlled by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Our apostles and elders, I remember this ever since I came to the truth. They told us this, man. Don't take what we say for face value. Go look it up. See, when you falling behind in your education, it's hard to go look things up. When you don't want to apply yourself, it's easy to be hurt and say things like this. Acts 17:11. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica. Hey, that's the spirit. We just read in what he was telling them in Thessalonica, how they had to work. It's spiritual. And that they received the word with all readiness of mind. Right, so they were ready to hear. But this is what they did, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. All right, so we are not what you call it, in a cult. All right, which really, when you look up the word cult, it just goes into cultivate or to nourish. All right, and that's another thing, man. You got to apply. You really got to apply yourself. You got to search with these things daily. If you're not searching it daily, when someone comes to ask you a question when you're trying to teach or expound, you're gonna get caught out there as a liar and that you don't know nothing. You need to search whether those things were so. Because you stop searching, now you won't be hurt and make up lies and shit.
Being controlled by men.
Yeah, that's right. Let me read this precept that the elder brother Ariala put on here. It's Proverbs 9:9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. So this guy clearly was not wise, and he wasn't just. We give him all types of advice and counsel, on how to get his situation better, different avenues of how to sustain yourself, in the family, like asking him if his mom's is okay, is his siblings all right, like just trying to give him wisdom. And Jake, man, he thought he was soaking it in, but clearly he got a fucking SpongeBob head, man. He just all the water and the knowledge that was giving him is just seeping through the holes, man. Just a broken cistern.
What you see is what you do. You see them going off. You see them screaming, shouting, angry. So you're angry and shouting.
Oh, screaming, angry, shouting? Bro, you must have skipped over the basics. Let's deal with the screaming and shouting. Let's deal with that. Because that's what I wanted to know when I found out the truth. Why are these guys yelling at the top of their lungs? Why are they so loud? Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Hey, and I'm a musician, man. All right? When you play a trumpet on its highest octave as loud as you can't hear nothing above it. We're supposed to be drowning these people out with the word. Drowning them out. And we don't need no damn microphone and an amp, a 1/4-inch plug, all right? Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. When you telling somebody that what they're doing is not right, and that's what they've known their whole life, they're gonna be upset. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get in on them, man. You can't politely say, "Hey, please, can you stop eating pork? You need to stop buying presents for Christmas." No, man, no. You curse Jake out, man. Here they listen to this trap music and all this crazy stuff. They coming from all walks of life. You gotta adapt and deal, man, in the spirit. See, Jake is not spiritual. You're a natural man, so you can't understand why we do the way we operate, the way we do out on the street, man. And you're not consistent. That's a battlefield out there, man. Shit is crazy sometimes, So you have to cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, okay? Now, he said, and we're angry, right? He said we're angry. Let's deal with another basic, because I was wondering that too when I first came into the truth. Why are you so angry? Oh, Ezekiel 9:4 as well. Hey, that's a good one. The men that sigh and cry. Ephesians 4:26. Well, actually, let me start at 25, because this is addressing this hurt individual, this hurt individual, la'atazim, which means not strength, all right? Ephesians 4:25. Wherefore, putting away lying, talking about brothers never helped me, I was down and out, nobody was there to care for me, nigga, who loaded your Metro card for you, nigga? Who pointed you in the right direction so you wouldn't end up in the wrong part of the city? Man, it's unbelievable, man. It's really unbelievable. Speak every man truth with his neighbor, right? Don't bear false witness. For we are members of one another, right? Because that shit will spread, man. That's why I'm glad you're gone. I'm glad you're gone. Be ye angry and sin not. So it's okay to be angry, but it says what? Sin not. So we're not out there yelling at the top of our lungs, being angry, but then teaching false doctrine, man. We teaching what is right, man, and true in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shad, Waha Kadash. It says, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Meaning you need to deal, if you are upset and angry, you need to deal with it that day. All right? Don't be letting the sun go down, all right, and the day pass and you letting shit fester, because you feel a certain way about something. Man, address that shit, man. Call me up. And I'm not talking to you personally, I'm talking about brothers in general, man, how I like to deal. Call me up or tell me face to face. Don't wait days later and then pop up and new shit's going on. Now you want to. That's what women do, man. They hold shit in and then they bring it up at random fucking times, man. It says, neither give place to the devil. All right, let him that steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands that which is good. You're supposed to work. All right. Shalak Abadim, the send service. All right. You're supposed to work, man, that he may have to give to him that needeth. And that's the whole point, man. That's the whole reason brothers trying to do good, and sustain themselves in society, because we see there's Akim that who are needy, man. The flock needs, man. We're supposed to care for the flock. How can you do that when you're not working, you ain't doing shit, and collecting unemployment checks, man? The unemployment checks only last so long. I don't know how it is in the other states, but that shit, they cut that shit off after a certain time, man. I know in Maryland, even when you get unemployment checks, you have to report to them once every Sunday and report to what 3 places you applied to. You had to prove that you've actually been looking for a job. See, man, you don't even know, man. Brothers be knowing, man. Brothers be knowing.
You know what I'm saying? But then they tell you, oh, you got to be spiritual. Don't be carnal. But that's what you see them doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, these men, man, they think they're so perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? They just think, but it's just proven that they're not, man. So it's like, honestly, bro, it's a cult, bro. If the heart would have taught brothers to bring straps at camp, brothers would have been strapped at camp. You know what I'm saying? It's a cult, bro. You just gotta
nah, nigga, hold up. Nah, hold up, yo. Nah, cuz, nah.
It's a cult, bro.
Yeah, we do cultivate each other. We cultivate each other through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And if someone doesn't like the cultivation, they can get the fuck up and leave. How about that? We don't come back to camp. We always tell you, man, if you don't want to come, don't come. Like when I found out that you was starting doing stuff like this, I'm like, oh well, I'm still trying to get delivered. Oh well, go do your thing, cause I don't care, man. I truly do not care if you don't come back. That goes for all the Akim, man. If the spirit's not on you, just leave, man. You just gonna make us stronger. Just leave. Go do your own thing, man.
Hard would have taught brothers to bring straps at camp. Brothers would have been strapped at camp.
You sound like a real bitch, yo. Only women make up hypothetical situations and say shit like that. First of all, that that's inconceivable. That will never be taught. Nothing to that nature or to that extent, ever. Nigga, if that's something you would do. All right, that's something you would do. Hey, back in the day when we was in Columbia Heights, when we was uptown preaching the word, I know some of the older argument can't remember. This one Jake, he used to come out to listen to us every day, and one day he came out with a fucking machete, this big ass samurai machete, and somebody called the police on him, and the police rode up on him and took his machete and arrested him, and they were looking at us. We were like, we were with him. We were like, nah, we don't deal like that. You know what I'm saying? If you got weapons and all that shit, you better leave that shit at home, yo. I'll tell you that right now, because if you get caught, we don't know you. The only weapons we got is the words that are printed on the scriptures that we read from, and signs. That's it. Your carnal ass would do something like that, bring a strap to camp, which that wouldn't even be conceived through the. That's not spiritual at all. The Lord told Peter, he that liveth by the sword will die by the sword, you dumbass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? It's a cult, bro. You just gotta leave that shit. You know what I'm saying? Free your mind. You know what I'm saying? Once you free your mind, you know, you free your mind when you leave, bro.
You free your mind when you leave? What about the truth? You free your mind to what? To more demons. The truth is what will set you free. All right, let me get that. I believe that's in Acts as well. That's ridiculous, man. The scripture says, he that have no rule over his spirit. Let me get that too. Because that's what happens when you free your mind. You open it up, like the brother said, you open it up to demons. John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All right? The truth of what? Of these scriptures, man. All right? And the earth is a circle, and it hangeth upon nothing. Let me just throw that plug in there. All right? Let me see. Let me look up this other precept. Look at this other precept. Talking about you need to free up your mind. To what, nigga? What are you going to go back to? Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So now that your mind's freed up, you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the angels protecting your mind, man. The hedge is open, man. That shit says open for service. Demons and legion welcome. All right? They in there jigging, dancing, all in your brain, man. This guy's bugged out. Look, he looks hurt. I'm gonna zoom in like that brother did earlier. He is hurt, man. This is the look of being through. Mum. All right.
You know, you just gotta get the fuck out of it, man. You gotta get out of Great Millstone. And
well, that's true. That's true. You guys who are getting weary, all right, and you don't want to, when the orders start going out for you to check in because we care about you, if that offends you, then yes, please leave. Get the fuck out. If you don't want to be cared about and be checked up on, please leave. Because we actually care, man. All right? And I'm getting a little upset. And for Akim that know me, you know, it takes a lot for me to get upset, man. You know, I try to be as humble as possible and try to ration out things through the spirit, man, and use Akim and seek counsels to do so. But niggas like this, man, I pray Yahweh Bashim Yahushua put the millstone around your neck, man. I want to be right there, eating some manna, man, while I watch it, man, because that would be fun to watch. You no good, ungrateful nigga, man.
Don't, and for you new brothers that's coming into the truth, you new sisters coming to the truth, Great Millstone is not where to go. I know that their words are very persuading. They go to the scriptures, but they don't deal with context, bro. Not everything that they say is off, but for the most part, it is.
Right. Not everything we say is off, but for the most part, it is. Nigga, which one is it, man? This guy is double. This is who this nigga sounds like.
See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch.
Nigga, this is this nigga right.
They go to the scriptures, but they don't deal with context, bro. Not everything that they say is off, but for the most part, it is.
Wait a second. Is it or is it not, yo? Did you grind the feet on our couch, or did you not grind your feet on our couch, nigga?
Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch. I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet.
So that's this guy, man. You know, like he says. I mean, and the thing is, if we're going off, what part of it? Can you please do a video and pinpoint where we're going off, man? You know, please. You know, and these guys, they kind of look alike, man. They might be from the same clan through the spirit. You know, they both got the double-minded, you know, look.
You know what I'm saying? Start reading on your own. You know what I'm saying? It's not about
whoa.
It's about you.
Whoa. Start reading on your own. Where you learn that from, man? See, you need a man to guide you. If it wasn't the eunuch, let me get that. All right, let me get that. Talking about you need to read for your own. That's what's gonna get you fucked up, you know. You trying to read on your own, and let me get this one too. A lot of precepts is coming. And shalom to all the elect, the sincere elect on the comment board. Shalom. Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding." Now, dang, I thought this was it. Oh, where's I think he came to Philip. It was an Ethiopian eunuch, man. He was reading Isaiah 53. He was reading Isaiah 53, but he wasn't understanding what he was reading. It's in Acts. I know it's in Acts. Acts 8, near unto himself. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, Acts the 8th chapter. Yeah, there it is. The water, Akim, the water. Acts 8 and let's see, Acts 8 and 30. And Philip ran. Hold up. Yeah, let me start off some, so we can get the context, like he said. All right. Acts 8 and 26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise, and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down to Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is the desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, which is an Israelite foreigner, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem. So this guy was high up in authority. So you know he was educated. All right, he was able to deal, have some type of intellect. All right, he just wasn't no regular low life, lowly, uneducated person. All right, it says verse 28, and was returning and sitting in his chariot read Isaiah the prophet. So he was reading the scrolls. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to his chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, Understandest what thou readest? And he said, How can I? So the first thing he said is, How can I? Clearly he was reading for himself. It said, Except some man should guide me. All right, so you do have to come up under men. All right, you do have to be taught. All right, let me squash this kakarocha. Hold up, man. Put this guy, this damn scoffers, man. All right, and it's all about edifying. It's all about guiding, all right, and teaching. All right, it says, and he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. All right, so when you say you had to read for yourself, yeah, you can read, but you have to be taught, man. You can read all you want, but if the Spirit is not dealing with you, all right, and or the man that's teaching you, you're not gonna get it.
Not everything that they say is off, but for the most part, it is.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? start reading on your own. You know what I'm saying? It's not about men. It's about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's always been about them. It's never been about men. Right?
It's never been about men? Wait a second. The books, what are the books of the Bible's named after? Men. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Micah. You gonna follow a man one way or another, my mans. Alright, it's probably because you might not have had a daddy in the household. Alright, so now you're running off of emotions. Alright. Alright. And right now you're following the way of the white man, the so-called white man. Okay? One way you're gonna have to follow a man. Alright, like the brother Raquel Crumb beautifully said in the live show earlier. What's the purpose? If you're not supposed to follow men, what's the purpose of the 12 apostles? Why did Paul? Yeah, let me get that. Paul was called a chosen vessel. What was the purpose of that? He was a man. He had to go out and teach. Acts 9:15. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before Gentiles, kings, and children of Israel. With this is all, these are all the same people. This is called, let me teach you something, all right? This is called a hendiatrice, all right, which means three by means of one. The Gentiles, the kings, and the children of Israel are all one person. Who brought back in the scattered. A lot of the scattered got brought back in through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai using Paul, okay? Using the apostle and the elder Paul, all right? Because he was a chosen vessel. That was his job to go out. A lot of the apostles, the 12, they stayed in Jerusalem where their ministry was, all right? They didn't venture off. Paul was designated to go off, okay? So you do have to follow man. One way or another, you're going to learn from a man, all right? And I brought, you know what? I'm going to get this other scripture too. I had posted this in Dallas's live show, which they was going in, you know. Hey, those are the best live shows, man. When you can laugh and edify at the same time, that's beautiful. Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, a man, and he will show thee. Thy elders, more men, and they will teach thee. All right. Did not Paul refer to Timothy as his beloved son? All right. Yeah, let me get that precept too. This is your pa, Isaiah 30:20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not the teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he took away our leadership for a time period, man. Now he gave it back. That's why, man, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is gonna get you, man. He's gonna plague you even worse, man. You think you in a good cause now? Ooh, yeah, let me get this other precept. Oh man, spirit's getting hot. This is Sirach. See, Jake, he said now that I'm not following Great Millstone, I'm doing good, you know. Let me get Sirach 11. This is my bread and butter, another basic, all right, that helps you stay circumspect and fearful. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. Right, you're not thinking about how you were homeless or no more, all right, or how brothers tried to help you when you were down and out, try to make sure you was good transportation-wise, food-wise. Yeah, man, I remember asking if you needed groceries, man. What's up with the food situation? Brothers was going to pull money together, man. You don't want to talk about that, though. It says, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Hey, so when you start getting jacked up, don't be talking about your GED that you got and how it gave you better opportunities and whatnot. All right? Because watch, man. Don't that money, man. Hey, a gift destroyeth the heart. All right? Isn't that Ecclesiastes 7? See, we getting these precepts. All right? Hapaquadium. All right, which means precepts, the pequadium. A gift destroyeth the heart. Ain't that in Ecclesiastes 7? Let me just type it in. Gift, heart. All right, and it perverts the eyes of the wise, like the Apocrypha says, man. All right, yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right, because when certain riches and stuff are placed in front of you, you're not supposed to put your eyes upon them. All right, because it's gonna pervert you, man. All right, especially with somebody I learned this in the world when I was doing the multi-level marketing, making money through that. And which that's lucrative too, man. Arkham, if you can finagle that thing, that multi-level marketing, you can make money at different avenues of that. But one person told me that basically someone who's never had $1 million, if you give them $1 million, they'll lose it real quick because they don't know how to use it. They can't appreciate it because they didn't earn it, man. They didn't work to get it. All right, but somebody who worked to get $1 million, they're gonna use it wisely, man. All right, it's not gonna pervert their eyes. All right, because they're gonna know what to do with it. All right, because hey, sometimes the Lord will send you a little gift just to see how you gonna act, and that's what happened to this guy. He's hurt, man. He's so hurt.
We all came from the ground, and our spirit all comes from the Heavenly Father. So we know who the source is. So therefore, why you run into a man to get understanding of the Lord when the Lord?
Well, didn't not the children of Israel have to go to Moses to deal with the Lord? And then when they wanted to deal with the Lord, they were shook. See, you want the Lord to act upon what you want him to do. You want to put him in a box and determine how things are supposed to be said. You want him to show up and teach you. No, nigga, it don't work like that, man. Good luck. Good fortune with that, man. Time and chance, man, with that shit. Isaiah 5:18. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords and vanity, and sin as it were a cart rope, meaning you just sin over and over again, a continuously sin, like you said you are, man. You transgress all the time. It says that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. That's you. You don't really want to know the Lord, man. All right, because when he shows up, nigga, you probably, if it thunders loud enough, man, everybody on earth will drop, man. You know, if it lightnings enough, everybody on earth will drop, man. Let the ground shake a little bit. And you want the Lord to come and deal with you and teach you? Yeah, that's right. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. It was simplicity. That's right, man. Being simple. And the scriptures say that, man. Be not confident in a plain way. It says that in the Apocrypha.
Give us his word. And if you don't have understanding of the scriptures, then you ask. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with the scriptures to see if it goes.
Hold up. So you're not supposed to go through men, but then you're supposed to ask? Hold up, man. This nigga.
Yeah. Understanding of the Lord.
Hold on. Watch his eyes.
The sources. So therefore, why you run into a man to get understanding of the Lord when the Lord gave us his word?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have understanding of the scriptures, then you ask.
Hold up. Which one is it, nigga? Did you step on the couch or not?
Did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know, something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet. Just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know, something to do. Come on, I got no more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet.
Bro, which one is it, man? Are we supposed to follow men, or who are we supposed to ask?
You know what I'm saying? It's not about men. It's about Yahweh, about Shemi Awashai. It's always been about them. It's never been about men.
Watch his eyes.
Right? We all came from the ground, and our spirit all comes from Heavenly Father. So we know who the source is. So therefore, why you run into a man to get understanding of the Lord when the Lord gave us his word? And if you don't have understanding of the scriptures, then you ask. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with the scriptures to see if it goes with the scriptures. But don't just follow what a man said word by word.
We never said that. At the camp, like we said, man, we told you the same exact thing our apostles and elders told us, man. Do not take what we say for face value. We want you to go look it up, because you know what happens when you look it up? It solidifies your faith. It makes you believe more when you find out for yourself. That's why I said every man is supposed to work, man. All right, because there's gratification in working. Romans 15:5, another basic, man. I'm one of the very first precepts I ever learned. Like, okay, Romans 15:5. One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. You need to get it for yourself, man. You need to be persuaded in your own mind. I can only tell you so much, but then you have to go look it up, man. You should take some of your own advice. But you're not going to, because you didn't take the advice while you were standing on the outside of the camp listening. And hey, you had elders and apostles in your presence, man, telling you advice as well, bringing out the truth through the Spirit.
And just run off with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you, because that man, you know what I'm saying, he relies on everybody else. Obviously, people pay, give them money.
You're bearing
So
false
they got their
witness.
ties that they pay.
Who you talking about? Names, amounts, dates, you know? Be specific. Don't just be talking all willy-nilly. If this was the ancient world, you had to have everything in order, man, and what you was talking about. All right? Because words have power behind them. You can't just say things and not prove it.
He relies on everybody else.
Who relies?
My man says word by word and just run off with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you, because that man, you know what I'm saying, he relies on everybody else. Obviously, people pay, give them money. You know what I'm saying? They got their ties that they pay.
Lies.
You know what I'm saying? They
see that? He said they got their ties that they pay. Because you see how we deal, man. You see how we deal. We pull ties together, our tenths according to our checks when we're able to. All right, when brothers get paid, we gather our tithes and we send it to our apostles. And then we have another thing where we set up for alms for brothers, man. You can't deny that, man. You cannot deny that we pull arms together for brothers and we ask who is uptight. At the end of every camp, we say, if you uptight, make sure you see the treasurer. But you didn't mention that, though.
They living off people, and you think
they living off people. Yo, they not even supposed to be working, man. The elders and apostles, they supposed to be getting the tithes in so they can push this work further. All right? So that's all they can focus on is the work.
They're gonna have your back when you doing down. No,
yes.
They gonna be there for you, man.
Yes, they have. All right. Yes, they have. There's been, and I don't have to go into all these situations. There's many situations where brothers throughout the states and the world have been in predicaments, and the elders and apostles pulled together, put out orders for the camps. Give what you can, you know, to get brothers out of situation. And all those Akim got out of those situations. Best believe that. And I'm speaking personally from Akim here in the camp. All right.
So, you know, just ranting, man. You know, really not even, I don't got no scriptures to pull out, man.
You just ranting. You ain't really got no scriptures to pull out? Really?
So, you know, just ranting, man. You know, really not even, I don't got no scriptures to pull out, man. You know, honestly, I haven't been.
No, you're not being honest. You're being a liar. You're supposed to bring out precepts, man. All right, you're supposed to validate everything that you're saying with the scriptures. How is anybody gonna believe you? You ain't got no precepts, you don't got no dates, no names, you know, no times. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. So you need to prove all things, man. All right. Obviously, you're ashamed. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay? That's what we're supposed to be doing. All right? Bring out precepts, man. What you mean you just ranting? Even when brothers do videos and they say they're just doing a spiritual rant, when you go to the comment board, there's precepts all on the comment board. Or the brother says, I'm going to put it in post-editing, and then he goes back and puts it in. When you go to this dude's page, there's no precepts under here. Of course, look who flocked. My man out in the bay. This Bati boy, Hirasi. And then that's another thing, man. Demons cleave to each other. All right? That's why you running with Avengers in them. All right? He pushed you to do that video. Now you all on his page and whatnot. You don't have no precepts under here, man, to validate what you're saying in this video. Hey, that's the spirit, man. Look at the precept that the elder brother Yakal put up. Sirach 6:20. She is very, this is talking about wisdom. She is very unpleasant. I don't know if y'all can see that. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. This nigga. All right. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. That's why we didn't see you after a certain time, man. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial and will cast, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. And that's right. Like this brother said, man, that is you, man. Because like you said, you're going through trials and stuff. Brothers was actually trying to help you out. Talking about we didn't care for you, man. Brothers came out their pockets, man. You can't say that we lied, because there's going to be more brothers, Lord willing, that do videos as my witness, man. And which really, just for the record, my witness is with Yahweh Shemiah Shah, man. You know what we talked about on those train rides, man. I rode on the train personally with you, man. Paid your train fare. Made sure you knew you was going. Make sure you got off at the right stop, man. It would talk about the train rides. Talk about the spiritual things we talked about on the train ride. Talk about the questions you were asking me about the precepts on the train ride. Not that I remember them specifically, all right? But go ahead and jog my memory. I want you to.
Ranting, man. You know, really not even. I don't got no scriptures to pull out, man. You know, honestly, I haven't been right, but that's not because I love Great Millstone. That's personally that's within me that I have to get right. But however, you know, when the time's right, I'll make a video with scriptures and you do a little bit longer lesson on it. You know,
yeah, please do.
Lord willing. Adoran Ratazah. And
right, exactly. Why are you saying Adoran Ratazah? That's language of Great Millstone specifically. I don't hear no other Israelites talking about Adoran Ratazah. Who taught you Adoran Ratazah, nigga? Who were you asking Hebrew questions to? You know, when you had Hebrew questions.
A lesson on it, you know, Lord willing. Adoran Ratazah. And yeah, you know, just felt like before I go to work, you know, I should, you know, speak on that. All right. Yahweh Shemiah Shah Barakatham.
Whoa. How did you know how to do the salute? Who taught you Yahweh Shemiah Shah Barakatham? Do a video on that. Go into some Hebrew. Just what I'm saying, man. These guys, man, they don't talk about Yahweh Shah. They don't talk about prophecy, Salakia. They don't talk about prophecy. All they do is just be hurt and emotional. And get this precept that the apostle Zaquan Gabar put up. Shalom to the apostle Gabar. Beautiful precept here. Matthew 13. Yeah, right. This is the parable of the sower. Verse 21. You know what? I'm going to start at 18. Get some of this. Matthew 13 and 18. It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom," all right, which he heard it. That's why he was out there on 9th and G Street in Chinatown in D.C. All right, and that goes for any of the people that might be listening out here. If you want to find us, we in the heart of the city, man. All right, we're at the place where things are happening on the highways and byways. "When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart." And perhaps, I think what it was, riches got you, man. You got a good job. You know, you put your GED on your resume, and you know, now you stacking boxes in Walmart and shit. So now you think you top shit, man. You know, you can buy an all-day pass on the bus, you know, to go see your little shorty. So now you've been caught away by the wicked one. Which I don't know if that's true, but you know, that's what be happening to Jake, you know? This is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with rejoice receiveth it. And you were happy, man. You were happy to get answers. When you was asking your questions at the camp, we was breaking these things down to you, man. You was boosted in the spirit. You know, shaking your head, agreeing, acting like you were sincere. All right, so with joy you received it. Verse 21, though. "Yet hath not root in himself." Right, your spirit. You didn't know how to rule your spirit, man. And like we said, man, you're supposed to be continued with the godly man. That's what it boiled down to. And we dealt with knuckleheads like you who were actually in the camp. When orders start coming out and it's time to start doing things that are required of you, because that's another thing, Jake, man. Brothers, you gotta want the accountability. You gotta want responsibilities in this truth, man. Because if you think about where the position that we're in, there's going to be a lot more men coming up under us. So we have to be held accountable and responsible for certain things. And if you can't deal with it now, then you ain't going to be able to deal with it later. All right? You need to have root in yourself. It says, "But dureth for a while." Right, you come out every once in a while, you know. Even though brothers tell you, "Hey, look, we'll hit you off with some bread," you know, so you can get to camp for the next couple of weeks, you know. Then when we try to reach out to you, it's an issue, you know. You dureth for a while, but you weren't even consistent. All right, you weren't coming out consistently. We told you to come out when you can, and if you couldn't, let us know. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, not because of men, because of the word, by and by he is offended. That's why you couldn't endure, man. You just hurt. You just hurt, man. That's all it is. You just hurt. This guy's hurt. All right, he is hurt through and through. There's nothing left for you, man. Stop calling yourself Akai Tazawam. Stop giving yourself a Hebrew name. Who taught you this Hebrew, man? All right, do a video on that. All right, but you know, I pray some edification came out of this. You know, as always, that's the only reason I do my videos, so the elect Adawan Ratazak can be edified, you know, and comforted through these words. And you know, don't be like this guy, man. Don't be like this guy. And like I said, to the heads, be circumspect, man. Because ever since the summertime, I've been saying, I'm looking at a lot of these guys like agents, man. If you're not in the camp, and some of the guys in the camp, not saying mine specifically, all right, I'm just saying in general, man, they're all agents, man, until proven otherwise. All right, the scripture says, prove the friend. If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first. All right, prove him first. So Jake, you're gonna continue to be hurt. I pray you do a video, man. You know, I pray you do a video and pinpoint where we're going off and talk about the things that I've talked about. All right, so with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waha Rakakadash. Give a hearty shalom, Wabarakim, Labakar Sha'ala, peace and blessings to all the elect out there that tuning in. Double honors to our elders and apostles in these times, known as Great Millstone, who happen to be men who we learn from, that rule well, all right, and that deserve the Shenya Kabad, the double honor. All right, hey, shalom.